Title: I found out the truth about my dad 3 years after he died, and I can never look at him the same again. I never thought I'd be one of those people who discovers something life altering from a dusty box in the attic, but here I am. 3 years after my dad passed away, I learned a truth that flipped my entire view of him and my childhood upside down. He died from a heart attack, quick, unexpected. I was 25. We weren't super close, but he was solid, the quiet, hardworking type. Always up at 6 a.m., always home by 6 p.m., never missed a day of work. He didn't drink, didn't yell, didn't hug either. I always felt like I had a roommate more than a father, but I thought that was just who he was. When we cleaned out his stuff, my mom told me to toss the boxes in the attic. Old work papers, she said. You can burn them if you want. For some reason, I didn't. I put them in my garage and forgot. Until 3 months ago. I was looking for an extension cord, opened the box, and froze. On top, there was a manila folder with a faded label, Samuel A. Custody, 1998 to 2003. My name isn't Samuel, but the birth date was mine. I opened the folder. Inside were court documents, letters from a lawyer, and a judge's signed decision. The words hit me like bricks. Custody granted to maternal uncle, biological father deemed unfit due to psychological instability. Child to remain unaware of identity change until deemed emotionally appropriate. The name on the father's side of the paperwork wasn't my dad. It was someone I'd never heard of. I spiraled, spent 2 days digging through the rest of the boxes. I found old photos of my mom with a man I didn't recognize holding a baby, more letters, a name, Daniel R. I found his obituary, too. Died in a car accident in 2003. That's when I finally confronted my mom. And what she told me still makes me feel like I'm living in someone else's skin. My dad, the man who raised me, was actually my uncle, my mom's brother. My biological dad, Daniel, struggled with schizophrenia. He vanished for weeks, talked to people who weren't there, once tried to baptize me in the sink as a baby. After years of chaos and a failed marriage, my mom and uncle filed for full custody. The courts agreed. My uncle adopted me as his own son. He chose to become my father. Never told me, never asked for credit, never acted like a hero, just quietly showed up every single day. And here I was, thinking he was cold, distant, just a regular guy doing his duty. Turns out, he sacrificed everything for me. His freedom, his bachelor life, his privacy, his pride. He gave me stability, a name, and a future, while carrying the weight of a broken family and a shattered brother in silence. I stood over his grave last week, told him the truth, told him I knew.